So the video today is about the Krabby Patty secret formula. And before you click off because it's just another lame video, just stay with me because this one's original. So I'm going to start with a brief background, so you can just skip ahead because I doubt there's anyone who doesn't know what it is already. Um, SpongeBob SquarePants is an animated show produced by Nickelodeon. It's been running since 1999. In the show, there's a town under the sea called Bikini Bottom, and in this town, there's a restaurant called the Krusty Krab, and in the restaurant, there's a burger which is only sold at Krusty Krab called the Krabby Patty, and everyone likes it, and that makes the Krusty Krab really successful. But on the other side of the street from the Krusty Krab is a much less successful restaurant called the Chum Bucket. No one in Bikini Bottom likes chum, so the restaurant gets about one visitor a year, and Plankton, the owner of the restaurant, is displeased by that. He wants the same success that Mr. Krabs has, but so that means if he sells Krabby Patties, then he will get the same success, and he'll set off a chain reaction that will lead to world domination. But there's a problem for Plankton is that there's a secret formula on how to make Krabby Patties. Only Mr. Krabs and sometimes SpongeBob knows it, and that means none of the viewers of the show know it either, so they have to make theories. And there are a lot of theories, and in this video, I'm going to tell you one that I made by myself. Okay, so a common theory is that Krabby Patties are made out of crab meat. And just so you know, I don't believe this one. So I think there are like four main reasons why that is commonly thought. So one time Mr. Krabs said, "So that's what I taste like after taking a bite out of a Krabby Patty." And also every item on the menu has the main ingredient in it. For example, like coral bits or a kelp shake. And the Krusty Krab is shaped like a crab trap. And then also, have you ever seen another crab in Bikini Bottom? I'm going to explain why this theory is kind of stupid. So first of all, when he said, "So that's what it tastes like," you can rewind like 5 seconds and there's context and people take it out of the context. A boy said, "Mommy, my Krabby Patty tastes funny." And his mom replied, "Well, no wonder. It's all old and dried, like that man right there." So then, like, he throws it in the garbage after that. So now Mr. Krabs feels kinship with the patty. He says, "Well, little Patty, we're two of a kind. We've both lost a luster." And then he takes a bite out of it. He's still comparing himself to the patty. So he says, "So that's what I taste like." Because it tasted old and dry, just like himself. And then next, the galley grub has the main ingredient of everything in it. But if Mr. Krabs is really the mastermind you think he is, he wouldn't just admit his crimes right in the name of the thing. And the formula is supposed to be secret. If it's Krabs, he wouldn't say like publicly announce that. And it's named after Mr. Krabs. It has a K, not a C. That's like the special item from the Krusty Krab, so it's themed after the name of the restaurant. Then I don't understand what the Krusty Krab being a crab trap has to do with this. Like, what's in the patty? Like, do you think he still uses it as a crab trap? Like, because it was converted to a restaurant a long time ago. And um, I don't even know what I'm supposed to argue here. But I will say it's shaped like a crab trap because that's related to crabs, and Mr. Krabs is a crab. And also, SpongeBob's house is a pineapple, and the fish, well, I think they live in car mufflers, but I don't think that's confirmed. But whatever it is, it's made of scrap metal, and so they're just gonna live in whatever they can get their hands on. The last argument is that Mr. Krabs, is the only crab because he's already sold the other crabs. But actually, that's because he's a main character, and they are all one of a kind. Because SpongeBob is the only sponge, Squidward is the only squid, Patrick is the only sea star, and Pearl is the only whale. That does work on its own as a counter argument, but you can also say that none of the things I just said are true. And to be fair, neither is the thing about Mr. Krabs. And also, Bikini Bottom's a very small town. You can see it here, and the population was only like 558 in 2008. And then one more thing is that the producers confirm there's no meat, but I don't like using stuff outside the show. So now I'm done with the debunking part. Okay. So my own theory is that the secret formula is chum and it's in the bun. Just stay with me. So first of all, Mr. Krabs likes chum. It's one episode, but still, he likes chum. Um, the bun, it's the last place you'd think to look in the patty. That means it's extra security, because if Plankton even gets the patty, he's looking at the wrong part of it most likely, so he's not even going to get the real formula. But I'm not being specific enough. To be more specific, it's not just made of chum, it's made of expired chum. From the episode Plankton's Old Chum, there's rotten chum, and it's a very similar color to the buns. So, chum might be so bad that it gets good when it expires. Everyone knows that Mr. Krabs is very cheap, but if he used chum as his recipe, there's no, like, it's inexhaustible. Like, there's so much of it because no one buys chum, so it all goes bad and all gets put in the sewer, so he just has an infinite supply. Mr. Krabs doesn't want Plankton to discover the formula for the patties, because if he starts making patties, he'll stop making chum, and he'll stop even having the formula. That's why they act like the secret is in the patty, so they draw attention away from the buns. So that means the secret formula was just right under Plankton's nose the whole time. And also, in the Krusty bucket, the Krusty Krab and the Chum bucket merge into one restaurant, and that means each Krabby Patty has a pinch of chum, and that makes it like so much better. So maybe it complements something in the bun. There are also episodes where the fish like have to eat chum, but they find some way to like it because maybe it reminds them of something from the patties. Okay, this last part is just to tie it all together. The recipe for chum, it appears in two episodes. In the first episode, it's jellyfish squeezings, seahorse snout, whale blubber, and anchor rust. And then in a separate episode, then he makes it sound fancy, but in reality, it's just socks, banana peels, trash, and dirty napkins. So it's clear that it's just made of garbage. And there's another episode. I couldn't find the clip or what the episode was, but SpongeBob appears out of the garbage holding a rotten Krabby Patty. Squidward asks SpongeBob like what he was doing in the garbage, and SpongeBob replies by saying, "I wanted to study the complete life cycle of a Krabby Patty. That means they can reincarnate. That means there's like a cycle, and I figured out a cycle that works with this theory. So this um the Krabby Patty goes in the trash goes in the chum expires, the expired chum goes in the bun goes in the patty. See, I think I'll end it here. The theory probably makes like no sense. I'm just one person making this. I haven't watched every single episode. There's probably an episode that completely disproves this. Even if it's not true, it's I made it myself, so I decided I would just post a video about it. Yeah, that's the end. So make sure to subscribe so you can see my next video. I'll get out my next video faster. Goodbye. Subscribe.